The B&T APC9K, the subcompact weapon of choice for the United States Army, now has an officially licensed replica made by Archwick in Taiwan in partnership with B&T. We're going to let you know if it's as good as the real thing or as close to the real thing as possible. We're going to take you through what you get included in the box. We're going to chrono one of the guns as well, show you what it's shooting out of the box, and just take you through what makes these things so special. Spoiler, they're very high quality. They're really up to the B&T standard. Also for this video, we're going to try a bit of a different approach than we usually do here on the BZ channel. We're going to be a bit of a less professional approach, more of a casual look inside of the box. It's a different style. It's the first time we've ever recorded one in this style. So let us know what you think. Let us know if we did a good job. Let us know if you want to see more of this style of video in the future. Let us know if we're completely crap at it as well. So let's go down to our indoor target range and unbox these two APC9Ks. So now we're going to unbox two different versions of the APC9 from Archwick. These are officially licensed from B&T. They're the only officially licensed APC9 replicas. Now there's two versions, the K Pro and the K SD2. The K Pro is this version here. This is what the US Army is currently using. This is their official SCW right now. The SD2, which we're going to show you later, was actually also submitted for the SCW trials. It wasn't picked up. This was the version that they picked up, but the SD2 is also a very nice version with, it's actually the shortest SCW in the world right now. So that is also based on a real steel counterpart, but we're going to focus on the APC9 Pro for starters. And the first thing you'll notice about this replica from Archwick is just how good the packaging for it is. Archwick go above and beyond with all of their products, right down to the packaging. They know that they've got premium products. They know that they're representing another brand with the official licensing from B&T. So straight off the bat, they want to make sure that the whole experience is premium, right down to the packaging. And they also go the extra mile with the manual as well. Super detailed manual. It gives you loads of information on how to replace parts, take the APC9 apart. It's really detailed, really clear instructions as well. One thing we do want to cover in the manual is the gassing of the APC9 magazines. Now, Archwick are very particular about how these magazines need to be gassed. It does recommend that they, if you see here, oh, there we go, push down to approximately 4 to 5 seconds only. So when you're loading your APC9 magazines, you do not want to over gas these. You will see problems. You also don't want to under gas them. So make sure you're only gassing them for 4 to 5 seconds when you're using the APC9. So that's the technical bit out of the way. Now let's see what lies underneath this very high quality foam. And there it is, a couple of stickies to go with it. We always love a couple of stickies. You've got the Archwick logo there, and we've got the B&T Air logo there. But the company CEO of B&T actually went to visit Archwick when the collaboration first started, and they personally had a look over Archwick's replicas, and they said it is as close to the real thing as you can get. And here it is, the APC9K Pro from Archwick. As I said, it is as close to the real thing as you are going to get. So one thing about Archwick is that they really take pride in their replicas because they want it to be as accurate as possible, and even to a fault of even like to make it more difficult to themselves sometimes. So first thing you might notice about the APC9K is this little QR code right here. So what's interesting about that QR code is that at first appearance, it might just look like a marketing tool. So if I try and scan it, if it'll work in this light on my phone, it's not working on my phone, unfortunately. But basically, when you can get that to scan properly, that takes you to Archwick's website. They haven't just included that for a laugh. They haven't just included that to advertise their own website. On the real APC9K, because it is a US Army rifle, they actually have a QR code and a serial number on the rifle itself. So it's like two ways of authenticating the serial number for the rifle. So this is actually used by the US Army. Now, obviously, Archwick can't put the serial numbers, like US Army serial numbers, on the APC9K, and they can't put the same category system that they would on the US Army QR codes. So they just included the QR code for authenticity, but it just leads to the Archwick website. So right off the bat, especially if you get to hold and feel this thing, you can feel the quality of the APC9K. These are precision made with a CNC 6061 T6 aluminium. The upper receiver is all one part, handguard, the bolt, and on the mock suppressor on the SD2 version, all CNC machined 61 T6. It's got CNC machined S45C steel internals. It's extremely durable. It's got a steel outer barrel. It's got TDC direct pressure hop unit inside with Tokyo Marui MWS spec bucking. This is just pure premium, guys. This is like as premium as you're going to get for an SMG. I don't think until you actually hold it in your hands, you can really feel the quality of this thing. Other YouTubers that we've seen review these things have said the same thing. Like once you get a hold of it, you know how good this thing is. One thing that we have seen questioned in other reviews is where Archwick have their guns made. So there is a bit of, I know I've seen one review in particular that where they got confirmation from Archwick themselves that they make their own parts in-house, but there was still a doubt whether that was true or not. We can confirm that that is completely true. Archwick make everything in this gun, pretty much everything of this gun, all the external, all the machine parts at least, they make them all in-house in their own factory. We've been to Taiwan and we've visited the Archwick factory ourselves. My company directors, Thomas and Neil, have been to Archwick. Nelson from Archwick actually visited BZ a few months ago, back in June, and to debut the APC9 in the UK. So we can confirm here that everything that Archwick makes CNC wise is made in-house. They even make their own hop rubbers. I believe they get another company to produce them for them, but they design their own hop rubbers. They don't use any third-party hop rubbers. So basically everything in the gun is either made by themselves or at least designed by themselves to meet the B&T spec. Then you get some sights included in the box, and you also get some accessories, and you get some maintenance things like remove the bolts, etc. In there, and then you get gas magazine. Remember, you should only be gassing these for 4 to 5 seconds when you're using it. So put that in the APC9, and there it is. What a beautiful, extremely compact SMG. It's designed to be as compact as possible. The SD2 version is actually even more compact compared to the Pro version. It's just a solid bit of kit. You're not going to break this thing easily. Something we mentioned them, they're hop rubbers. So the hop rubbers from Archwick, I've actually got a couple with me just to show that these are their own branded hop rubbers that they've designed in-house. These are what you get included in the APC9 and other Archwick guns. What we'll say is that we have actually ran these in a couple of different guns. Our tech guy, James, has put an Archwick hop rubber, he's used it in his SPR 300, another Archwick B&T officially licensed replica, but he's also tried it in a KWA T10 and a couple of other rifles. And we have to say, especially for a first attempt, these are not bad at all, especially compared to some other first attempts that we've seen for hop rubbers from other companies. Archwick have really done a good job for these. They're as good or almost as good as something you'd expect to see from like a Maple Leaf. But yeah, they've really done a good job on these hop rubbers. So you're probably not going to need to replace a hop rubber out of the box for the APC9. You're probably going to get a good bit of use out of that thing. Another thing about the APC9 is the stock, sliding stock. So we see a lot of people trying to like coax its way out like that because that's kind of what you're used to on a lot of Airsoft replicas, but that's not the way to do it with the APC9. I'll demonstrate this on another version that we already have here at BZ. So this was a replica that we got sent for the launch back in May and June. As you can see as well, Nelson from Archwick was very kind to laser engrave the BZ logo in there. So I'm going to show you how stiff this the stock is on this thing and how you should be releasing the stock on this thing, because it is, a lot of people don't realize this, you really have to give it a good There we go. It would help if I put the button in, but you really need to extend the stock like that, as you would with a real steel counterpart. Everything on the APC9 has been made with real steel spec in mind, so you really should be, I'm almost knocking the camera off because I'm doing it so hard, but you really should, this thing is not going to break basically. This thing, again, this is one that's on our range, so don't worry, this would not be one that we sell to a customer. It's not one that's going to be included in a box. This is one that we have for our own personal collection. I can just absolutely rag this thing about. There's absolutely no give whatsoever in these stocks, and it's just that is pure quality. So yeah, when you're sliding this stock, really got to give it a good battering is basically the best way to put it. You shouldn't be easy on this thing. It's designed to do this, because in combat, if you're out using the real thing, you'd want to just slide it out as quick as possible. Don't be gingerly with it. Just slide it right in and out. So yeah, the APC9K, I mean, it's just lovely, isn't it? Look at that. It's just lovely. So it comes with an AR style pistol grip, which can be swapped out for an M4, M16, AR15 grip, depending on your personal preference. You've got the slide up top to rack for your gun. It's got a nice smooth action. We have seen other people say that the bolt, that it doesn't slide back into place. But with this one, at least that we just picked one out of the box at random in our warehouse. This thing flies back into place. So it could have just been a fault on that one gun. These are all hand assembled by Archwick. So this was one of the criticisms that people have had for Archwick recently, is that the release of the APC9 specifically was really delayed. The production time took a lot longer than expected, but that is because they just want to get these things absolutely perfect. They are really they're really particular about the details of all of their guns, so they want to make sure that everything is absolutely spot on before it ships out. They have, good news is they have upped their production recently, given the popularity of Archwick over the last couple of years, how much they've grown and how much their products have become known in the airsoft world. They've upped their production significantly, so going forward, the Archwick guns should be produced a lot faster fashion. So that means that includes the APC9 series, and it also includes the SPR 300, another B&T licensed it's a sniper rifle. Actually, we should probably do a video about that, because it's probably the best out of the box sniper on the market today. They also make a USW Glock conversion kit that we promise is a lot better than the USW B&T kits that were available in the past. Trust us, they're really high quality. Everything that Archwick does is very high quality. Unfortunately, the B&T airsoft replicas did get a bit of a bad name in the past because of some less than stellar products, but that's part of the reason the B&T went with Archwick, because they know that they make really high quality replicas. So now you can buy B&T replicas in confidence thanks to Archwick. Sort that out in a second. We're now going to move on to the SD2 version of the APC9. Just do a magic swap out of the box, and again, identical box, so we're not going to take you through all that again. I'm going to open up the very nice box. That's what she said. And again, got your manual, got your accessories, but with a very striking difference with the SD2 series. You'll see this is even more compact than the Pro, the APC9K Pro. Just look at that. I actually prefer the SD2 version. So this isn't used by the US Army, but as I said, it was submitted for the SWC trial, contract trials that the APC9K Pro won. This was designed to be as compact as possible. So this is currently, the real steel version of this anyway, is currently the shortest integrally suppressed submachine gun currently in use in the world. Try saying that 10 times faster. It's only 15 inches long, I wish, and yeah, I just think it's a gorgeous bit of kit. Like, it's all the same internals as the APC9K Pro. We are going to shoot one of these on our range in a second, but internally it's the exact same gun, but it's obviously it's got a different barrel at the front. It's got slightly different appearance, and as you may have noticed, it comes with a suppressor included. So let's fit that suppressor now. Right, so let's fit the suppressor on this thing. You just have to take the cap off of the end of the barrel. Again, everything about this is quality. The suppressor itself is made from the same CNC machined aluminium that the body of the APC9 series is made of. So not only does it match perfectly, you know it's durable, you're not going to have any issues with it. You just screw that. Apologies for the audio on this one. But yeah, so yeah, this is a real steel gun, not used by the US Army, so it doesn't have the QR code that the APC9 Pro version does, because the real thing doesn't have the QR code on it. As I said, they are real sticklers for details here at Archwick. You just screw the cap back on at the end. So you can run it as a short version. I personally really like the look of the short version, but if you want a bit of a longer boy, got the suppressor on there. To be fair, the suppressor does look absolutely gorgeous on this thing. Personally, if I was going for one of the Archwick APCs, I'd probably go with the SD2 version myself. But if you want the real thing, we know like the APC9K Pro has the name value of the US Army. It's been featured in video games, etc. So if you want to live out your COD fantasy, then you know you've got wrong way around there, bloody hell. The APC9. Sorry, I was too busy looking at my own hands on the screen there rather than looking at the magazine. But yeah, there it is. I think I even made that mistake in with the actual APC9K Pro. So please don't butcher me in the comments. I thought it was in, but yeah, there it is. The APC9 SD2. Let us know what you think of these things, guys. Would you like an APC9 from Archwick? We'd say that if you're looking for an SMG that you just want to absolutely rip on full auto all the time, this probably isn't the right one for you. It's got a 30-round mag included. It's not built like an MP9 or something like that, where you're going to be able to just absolutely rip it all the time. This is more for, we'd recommend this more for semi-auto play. But for realism, for just the absolute aesthetics of the thing, you can't really get much better than the Archwick series. Compared to the Maruyama series, we have tested out the Maruyama series, which for the price is fantastic, don't get us wrong. But if you are just looking for the premium APC9, you can't beat this. I mean, it's officially licensed and approved by B&T. So we should probably get this thing on the range and get this thing shot. Right now, time for just a chrono test. We're going to be using the SD2 version for this one because I haven't shot this version. We have shot the APC9K Pro in a one or two shots that we've done on the YouTube channel. We'll probably link that in the description somewhere as well. For this, we're going to be using 0.3 gram Rebel BBs. We're also going to be using V8 gas. This is equivalent of red gas because it's absolutely bloody freezing in here. We have warmed the mag up before use, so it should be shooting okay, but you know, in the really cold October conditions of this range gets really cold really quick. So it's not perfect conditions for using the APC9, but we're gonna give it a little shot anyway, and just see what this thing's chronoing at. Right, so first of all, we're gonna turn it off safety. You can put it in semi. Got our chrono here. We're just gonna give it a few shots. There's one, and that was 283. Another shot, 272. And 261, so it's losing pressure there. You can already tell the magazines are getting cold. The conditions for this are not ideal at all for the APC9. Yeah, don't be shooting gas mags in a freezing cold range, is all we can say, guys. But we'll give it another quick shot, have a little test out. It's super fun to use. We'll show you now. Now, I haven't got my prescriptions on, so I haven't got the best accuracy, but this thing is shooting really smooth. It's got a really nice kick to it. And I'm out already. It's only 30 round magazine, so that is one of the downfalls of the APC9 series, but It's authentic to the real thing. It's 30 rounds, so as I say, it's not ideal for like full auto gameplay, but for semi-auto shots and for authenticity, you can do a lot worse than the APC9. So that was our unboxing of the APC9K Pro and the APC9 SD2 from Archwick. What did you guys think of these beautiful little SMGs? In summary, if you're looking to get an APC9 replica and you want as close to the real thing as you can get, then this is the choice for you over the Maruyama. It's not as cost effective as the Maruyama one is, but it's just pure quality. You can feel the quality in your hand. It shoots nice. It is let down by the 30 round mag, but I say a lot of other SMGs have a 30 round mag, and it shoots great. It shoots consistently, and you're not going to break this thing. It's so nice. We can't understate the quality of all Archwick guns. The SPR 300 especially is one that absolutely blew us away when we first unboxed it and tried it. The Colt Canada L11 9A2, that's £1,800 worth of rifle, but it is as good of an MWS rifle as you're going to get. Absolutely fantastic. When we have them back in stock, we'll have to do a review. But yeah, as for the APC9K, just a beautiful bit of kit. It's not going to be for everyone, but if you want the APC9 to be as good as possibly can, replica APC9 to be as good as possibly can, then this is the SMG for you. Also, let us know what you think about the different style of video that we did today. It's a lot different from the usual style of review video that we do on this channel. It was our first attempt. It was a bit sloppy in parts. The error with the magazine on the APC9K Pro, I mean, that's unforgivable really. But you know, it was our first time trying something new. If you think we should carry on and get better at that kind of style of video, please do let us know in a comment. If you don't, if you think we did an absolute rubbish job and we need to go back up here in the studio and keep it up here, then please let us know that as well. And as always, if you've got suggestions for future videos or products you'd like to see us review on this channel, leave us that in a comment as well. And as always, remember to like and subscribe to BZ Tactical on YouTube. Thanks for watching.